So let us say you go to the doctor with knee pain and they diagnose you with knee osteoarthritis. They might suggest physical therapy and anti-inflammatories. And let us say the pain did not get better even with this intervention. Now you may ask, what's next? So the standard answer, a steroid injection. It's covered by insurance, it's fast, and it's cheap. But there is a hidden cost to steroid injections that most patients aren't informed about. In this video, we're going to look at the evidence between steroids and the platelet-rich plasma injections for knee osteoarthritis. One is a light switch, whereas the other is the engine. So let us see which one actually saves your knees in the long term. So I tell the patients to think of inflammation as a fire in the joint. So steroid injections are more like water. They put out the fire. Usually the patient feels better in the next 24 to 48 hours. So let us say, for example, they have a hiking trip coming up in the next 2 weeks, or there are a lot of patients who will go to Disneyland and they want to get their knee feeling better in the next 2 weeks. I usually would go for steroid injections at this time. Platelet-rich plasma injections are more like a gardener. It changes the soil. So it may take some time. Basically, we take your own blood, we concentrate the growth factors in the blood, and we inject those growth factors back into the knee. And most patients may take anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks to see the real magic. So the biggest question is why I'm not comfortable with steroid injections even though it's cheap and effective. And the reason is steroids are chondrotoxic. Research shows that the steroids can thin the cartilage and thereby accelerate arthritis over time. So basically we are trading tomorrow's joint health for today's pain relief. And in certain cases it might make sense, but not all the time. So let us look at the data. So data from studies show a very clear pattern. The steroids act like a light switch. They turn off the inflammatory fire almost instantly. In trials, patients often see a 3 to 4 point drop in pain within just 1 week. Whereas the PRP acts like a battery. It takes time to charge the joint environment. While the steroids are peaking at 4 weeks and fading by month 3, the platelet-rich plasma injections, their effectiveness widens the gap at the 6 and 12-month marks. So there was another study that showed that both PRP and steroids helped improve pain relief similarly, but the platelet-rich plasma injections are the ones that did not show X-ray progression of knee osteoarthritis at 1 year mark. So quantitative MRI studies have also showed that platelet-rich plasma injection improves cartilage quality, whereas steroids show a higher frequency of visible structural worsening. So there's also another major difference that is found in research studies. So the steroid injections, although they help with pain relief, when it comes to platelet-rich plasma injection, it improves function. And think about this way. We talked about how the steroids might thin the cartilage. There is a high chance that it's going to deteriorate function over time. Whereas the platelet-rich plasma injections, they not only help pain relief, but they also improve the cartilage quality and thereby help improve function, which is seen in studies as well. So you might have heard someone say that I tried a platelet-rich plasma injection and didn't work. But as a sports medicine doctor who have been doing these injections, you have to know that the dosing and the technique matters a lot. So many clinics only draw around 18 to 20 ml of blood. That's not enough to get an anabolic healing response. We need a concentration of 8 to 10 billion platelets. The dose is low, the result is low. In addition, many clinics might be doing palpation guided injections, basically a landmark guided injection where they are not using any technique to improve the accuracy of the injection. When I do it, I always do it under ultrasound guidance to make sure the PRP reaches the joint. In addition, if your systemic inflammation is high due to high BMI or due to poor lifestyle choices, the PRP has a harder time to work. It works best when paired with healthy lifestyle changes. But here's the secret. As a doctor, I love making my patients happy. When I give a steroid injection, most patients are thanking me in the next 24 to 48 hours, maximum by week 1. With PRP, the problem is that the PRP can be a pro-inflammatory, meaning that it can cause some swelling, it can cause some soreness, and patients might be scolding in the head for the first few weeks or even up to a month. But that symptoms is basically the engine of repair. But by month 3, the PRP is a clear winner when it comes to function and stability. So when we look at the probability of being the best long-term option, studies have shown that PRP is a clear winner. So the PRP probability is around 91.5%. The gel injection, also called as the hyaluronic acid injection, is 53%, whereas steroids are only 15%. Again, they're looking at a long-term option, not a short-term option. We know that in a short-term period, steroids may be the winner, but for long-term, the answer is no. So remember, some patients might be paying around $300 to $400 even after the insurance covers the steroid injection. And let us say that injection lasts for like 3 months or so. Is it better than a high-dose PRP joints injections, which might cost a little bit more expensive, but then last for a year? Something to think about. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please post in the comment box below. I've also published a blog article on this topic with references and everything. You can find that link of the blog article in the description box below. If you want to know how platelet-rich plasma injection compares to the hyaluronic acid injection, also called as a gel injection, also called as the roostocomb injection, then check out this video here. Remember, we talked about how platelet-rich plasma injection helps improve function, and so is physical therapy. Targeted strengthening exercises will help improve function when you're suffering from knee osteoarthritis. If you have barriers to go to a formal physical therapy program, you can also get started with the home exercise program as well, and you'll find that video here. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.